In this video today, I'm going to be talking about how I started to make money out here in Vegas. Now, like I told you in my last video, I was out here in Vegas. Right before I came here in Florida, I used to be an irrigation technician. I used to fix sprinklers. But when I came out here, if you've ever been out here in Vegas, it's a desert. Ain't no plants out here. It's a bunch of rocks. I was living with my sponsee at the time. He was able to find a job because he was very intelligent. He could read on something and pick it up that fast and start to do it. So he got a job with an ambulance company, AMR. I didn't know how he did that, but he was, like I said, he was very intelligent. I struggled trying to get a job. Nobody would hire me. And my little bit of money that I had, the $10,000, was running out. And so I went ahead and I hooked up with this one guy scrubbing floors, waxing them. I became good at that, but it was kind of a scam, and I didn't know that. And the guy had me moving his stuff around and stuff like that. And it came to the point where the guy didn't pay us. I had to chase the guy for the money. It wasn't a lot of money that we made. And so I was like, man, I don't understand what I'm gonna do next. Right? I started dating this one girl. I met her at a meeting. And so one of the things that I can remember, we lived right down the street from each other and didn't even know. So I would pick her up, take her to the meeting with me, you know. We ended up dating and stuff. I was about to lose my apartment. And she told me, why don't you just move into my apartment? So I said, all right, you know, packed up all my shit, threw the extra junk that I had away, and the major things that I had, we put it in one of her rooms because she had a 2-bedroom apartment. We lived off of her unemployment because she wasn't working. And one day, I started to see auction hunters and storage wars. And I watched that and I said, man, I used to sell dope. I can go ahead, I could sell anything. And so I tried to go to the auction. Me and her went to the auction to go see if we can buy a storage unit. And we couldn't buy it. We had $200. We couldn't buy it. And so this one guy said, you should go to this warehouse. They have auctions there. You might be able to buy pallets, or you might be able to buy all kinds. And so I was like, well, I ain't got nothing to lose. So I went over there and stuff was going really cheap. And I was like, man, I could double that. I could get, that's went for $5. I could get $15-20 for that. I could sell it at a yard sale. And so I had $200 and we bought a few things. We took it, had a little yard sale, doubled our money. I was like, wow, okay. I went back, did it again. And so we got very famous there at that auction. and we were buying a bunch of stuff. And so we lived off of that. I started off with $200, and we were making $1,500 a yard sale. And I would pivot things around. People were having their yard sales on the weekend. We were having our yard sales on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And everybody said, why are you guys having it on Tuesdays and Thursdays? I said, because that's the day that there's a lot of traffic here. On the weekends, there ain't no traffic here. And it worked. Sometimes you got to do things a little bit different, people. Sometimes you ain't got to be like everybody else. Sometimes you just got to pivot on what you're doing. So you pivot and do it a little bit different. Just because it didn't work the way that everybody else is doing it doesn't mean that it doesn't work. It just works a little bit different for you. And that's what I did. That's what we did. We did that for a very long time. At least we did that for like about 2 years. People were placing orders and asking us, hey, can you get me a bed? Can you get me a dining room table? Can you get me this? And I was getting all kinds of stuff. And I ended up getting a 17-foot trailer, hooked it up to my Expedition, and was pulling that around. And man, making money. I got so big that we would have it right in front of our house. We got so big that I got pulled over one day for operating a business without a business license. I didn't understand that. They gave me a $250 ticket. Everything in a matter of minutes went down the drain, and I was like, okay, what am I supposed to do now? I can't do no more yard sales right here. I didn't know what to do. I said, well, let me try renting other people's yards. But the people already had us in that spot. They knew where we were at. They would come to us. And so I tried it. And the money that I was making there was not what I was making in other spots. It was horrible. The girl I was dating, me and her ended up getting married. And one day she goes, I'm going to start working in treatment. I'm going to go and start working in treatment. She said, you should try it too. You have some recovery under your belt. And I told her, I don't know nothing about putting a resume together. I don't know none of that. So she went. In my next story, I'm going to tell you what happened after I put in that resume. Stay tuned. Don't forget to subscribe. Tell your friends. Bye.